So as we frequently mention here at Foster & Freeman, we've been manufacturing crime lights for both crime scene and laboratory-based professionals for decades now. The crime light I have mounted on the DCS is the 8x4 Mark II, and this is our light source that we can use on the DCS4 fluorescents. This time, we're going to take a look at DFO. So, as Roberto explained earlier, this is a chemical treatment that will react with the amino acids in the finger mark to produce a fluorescent resultant mark. So what I've done is mounted the 8x4 Mark II onto the DCS, added the corresponding filter for the green light and the bellows to keep the light contained and to protect my eyes whilst I'm doing this examination. Now, as before, I'm just going to bring the image into focus. So for this particular piece of evidence, I'm actually going to increase the ISO of the camera. That just means I'm making the sensor a little bit more sensitive to light. And as we can see, that actually helped to brighten up the image just a little bit. And then I'm going to capture a preview to check that I'm happy with the exposure of this image. So here we can see that fluorescent signature from the DFO. So this works brilliantly to help us to reveal finger marks that we can't see visibly, and finger marks on porous evidence that with other techniques can be quite tricky to see. Now that this has been captured into the DCS software, I'm going to grayscale and invert this image. Now, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for that lovely dark finger mark on a light background. Now, because we've used fluorescence, it's actually taken away quite a lot of the background interference and evened out the background quite nicely. That means that potentially some of our tools, like Enhance, might work quite well on this mark. As the background is quite even, and all Enhance is doing is it's trying to kind of even out the tones of grayscale, which, as we can just see, when I applied that Enhance, it just boosted the contrast of that mark and made it that much darker on the background. So now I can just save it or output it to my AFIS location.